Welcome everyone. Welcome to a video that is not just about English. It's about your life, your confidence, your voice, and the reason you've been struggling to speak English fluently even after trying everything. If you feel like your English is stuck, if you hesitate when you speak, if your mind goes blank when someone talks to you in English, then this video is exactly what you've been waiting for. Because today, I'm going to show you something that no English book, no class, no tutor has ever told you. The problem is not your grammar. The problem is not your vocabulary. The real problem is your mind. That's right. You don't need more English rules. You need to reprogram the way your brain sees English. Your brain is running on an old operating system. It still thinks English is a foreign language, something difficult, something scary, something you can understand but never own. But what if I told you that you could rewire your brain, your tongue, your habits, your thoughts, so that English becomes a natural part of you, as natural as walking, eating, or breathing? In this video, you're not just going to learn English tips. You're going to change your internal software. This is not a motivational talk. This is not a quick trick. This is a complete brain reset for anyone who wants to speak English fluently, confidently, and without fear. And before we begin, I need you to do two things. 1. Subscribe to our channel right now, because here we don't just teach English. We teach you how to transform your life through it. 2. Listen till the end, because the truth you need is not in the first 2 minutes. It's hidden deep in this video, and I promise if you stay till the end, you will never look at English the same way again. This might just be the most important video for your English journey. Let's begin. Part 1. Why you're not fluent. The hidden reason no one talks about. Let's be honest, you've probably already tried watching English videos, learning grammar rules, memorizing vocabulary, practicing with friends, joining speaking classes, repeating phrases like a robot. But still, you can't speak. You know some words. You understand others when they speak. But when it's your turn to speak, you freeze. You forget. You hesitate. You'll feel small. The reason you're not fluent is not because you're lazy, not because you're stupid. It's because your brain is still protecting you from English. Your brain is always trying to keep you safe. Its job is to protect you from pain, shame, embarrassment, fear, failure. When you speak in your native language, your brain says, "This is safe. I know I won't be judged." But when you try to speak English, your brain says, "Wait, what if you make a mistake? What if someone laughs? What if you sound stupid? Stop." That's why your heart beats fast. Your mouth dries up. Your mind goes blank. It's not because you're bad at English. It's because your brain has connected English with danger. It treats it like a threat, like a snake or fire. It thinks English is something that might hurt your confidence. So, every time you try to speak, your brain pulls you back. This is called subconscious programming. There are two parts of your brain. 1. Conscious brain. This is what you want. You say, "I want to speak English." 2. Subconscious brain. This is what you believe deep inside. It says, "But what if I fail?" Guess which one is more powerful? The subconscious brain always it's 95% of your actions. It controls your voice, your habits, your reactions. So if your subconscious mind doesn't believe that English is my language, then you will always feel fear and hesitation no matter how much you study. But here's the good news. You can change this programming. you can train your brain to see English as safe, natural, fun, exciting, and most importantly, yours. And when that happens, fluency is no longer a dream. It becomes your default setting, just like how you don't try to walk or smile. You won't have to try to speak English anymore. Part 2. How children program their brains naturally and how you can too. Let me start this part with a question that will shake your beliefs. Why are babies who know nothing able to speak English fluently by the time they are 4 or 5, while adults who know grammar rules and vocabulary still struggle for years? It's not because babies are smarter. It's not because they have better teachers. It's because they learn English the natural way. They learn with the brain, not with the book. They learn with feeling, not with fear. They learn to speak, not to study. And guess what? You can use the exact same process, even if you're an adult. Yes, you can train your brain like a child's brain and become fluent faster than you ever imagined. Let Menno show you how children naturally program fluency, step by step, and how you can copy this process to finally become a confident English speaker. This part will change how you learn English forever. Step 1. Children hear before they speak, and that's their superpower. Have you ever seen a two? They don't speak full sentences, but they hear everything all day long. They'll listen to the sounds of the world, to their mother's voice, to TV, to people, to music. They are surrounded by language, and their brain is doing something magical. It's absorbing patterns. They don't try to understand grammar. They don't write vocab. They just hear again and again until the brain says, "Ah, that's how this language works." How you can copy this? For the next 30 days, spend at least 30 minutes a day just listening to real English. Not just for meaning, not just for fun, but for pattern absorption. What to listen to? English cartoons, real conversations, podcasts with natural flow, short movie scenes, children's books being read aloud. But most importantly, don't stress, don't study. Just listen, like a baby listens to a story. Your brain is smarter than you think. It will start picking up the rhythm, flow, and structure of English. This is called passive fluency building, and it's how all children begin. Step 2. Children speak without fear of being wrong. Here's something amazing. A baby will say, "Ego to park." You correct them and say, "No, it's I went to the park." They don't cry. They don't feel stupid. They just say okay, and next time they might say, "I went to park." They make mistakes. They laugh. They try again. They don't care. They don't wait to become perfect. They speak first and correct later. From today, remove the fear of being wrong. Instead, follow the speak like a child rule. Use small broken English. Yes, don't know the right tense. Speak anyway, mispronounce a word. Smile and go on. Forget a word. Point at it. Describe it. Or say this thing. Because fluency is not perfection. Fluency is the freedom to express without fear. Repeat this every morning. I am allowed to speak wrong English because that's how I will speak right English. That's exactly how children learn and how you must learn too. Step 3. Children repeat everything. Repetition builds the brain. A baby will say the same word 100 times. Bowl, 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 mama. Mama, mama, look, look, look. They repeat because their brain is creating strong memory connections. Each repetition builds a stronger neural pathway. By repeating, they turn a word from new to natural. How you can copy this. Pick 5 new English sentences every day and repeat each sentence 20 times out loud. Example, I'm getting ready for work. Say it 20 times, slowly, loudly, emotionally. Feel the rhythm. Feel the flow. Feel your tongue move. This is called when your mouth and brain start remembering the sentence as one block. That's how children become. And that's how you will too. Step 4. Children don't memorize. They absorb patterns. No child says, let me learn present perfect tense. They just hear, I have eaten. She has gone. We have finished. And slowly their brain absorbs the pattern. They don't study grammar. They feel grammar. They feel the structure. They feel the pattern. They know what sounds right, not because they read it, but because they've heard it 1,000 times. How you can copy this. Stop trying to remember grammar rules. Instead, expose your brain to grammar in real speech. For example, watch a scene where Sumian says, I've been waiting for you. Now, repeat that sentence 20 times. Say it in different voices. Use it in your own situations. I've been waiting for my coffee. I've been waiting for a call. I've been waiting for this moment. This builds pattern fluency, not rule fluency. And that's what makes a person truly fluent. Step 5. Children use the whole body when they speak. Children don't sit still and speak quietly. They use their face, their hands, their eyes. They learn language by movement and sound, not just words. They point, they show, they act, they exaggerate. Why? Because the more senses you use, the faster your brain learns. How you can copy this. Speak English with your full body. When you say, I'm angry, show the face. When you say, I'm sleepy, act it out. The brain will remember it 10 times faster. This is called embodied language learning. It turns English from a subject into a real experience. Step 6. Children learn in real situations, not in exams. No baby ever took a grammar test. No toddler ever had to write a paragraph for marks. They learn by living inside the language. They ask for food. They talk to toys. They shout, cry, laugh, all in real emotional moments. Turn your day into an English world, cooking. Say, I'm chopping onions. Walking, say, I see a red car. Brushing teeth. Say, I'm brushing my teeth. Now, use English in their smallest, simplest moments. This is called contextual learning, and it's the fastest way to train your brain like Occult's brain. Step 7. Children don't learn alone. They interact constantly. Children are always around people who speak the language. They're never learning in isolation. Even when they are silent, they're listening. When they do speak, they get a reaction. Their brain is constantly being shaped by the world around them. You may not have native speakers around, but you can create interaction. Talk to AI in English. Use English comment sections. Record yourself speaking and watch it. Respond to your own videos. Join free English groups. Teach your pet or mirror in English. Interaction creates real fluency. It makes your English brain active, not passive. Children learn English because they are curious, fearless, repetitive, playful, interactive, emotional, natural. They don't try to become fluent. They just become fluent by living inside the language. So, here's the truth. You don't need to become a child again. You just need to learn like one. No fear, no grammar stress, No perfection obsession. Just listen a lot. Speak with confidence. Repeat like crazy. Feel the rhythm. Use your body. Make it fun. Live in English, not outside of it. If you follow this mindset, your brain will forget its second language. It will feel like your first. That's what fluency really is. Part 3. Subconscious tricks to unlock fluency. Trick 1. Name your English voice. Give it an identity. Let me start with the simple truth. Most people speak fluently in their native language because their identity is connected to that language. They feel safe. They feel in control. They feel like themselves. But the moment they speak English, their voice changes. Their energy drops. Their confidence, their brain feels disconnected. Why? Because your brain treats English as a second identity, not your real self. It's like you're pretending to be someone else. That's why you feel nervous, fake, slow, uncomfortable. But what if we flipped the script? What if you intentionally created an English-speaking identity and trained your brain to feel safe, powerful, and natural inside that identity? That's exactly what this trick does. The trick: give your English voice a name, a personality, a clear identity. I know it sounds strange at first, but this is how actors train. This is how world-class speakers rehearse, and this is how you will break the fear cycle in your mind. Here's how to do it. Let's say your name is Nick. Now ask yourself, if I had an English version of myself, what would that name be? What would that voice sound like? Let's say you pick the name Ray. Now create a small profile in your mind. Name Ray, age same as you. Speaks English fluently, confident and relaxed. Makes small grammar mistakes, but keeps going. Smiles when people listen. Speaks slowly and clearly. Thinks in English, not in fear. Loves expressing ideas freely. Now, every time you open your mouth to speak English, say in your mind, let Ray speak. Let me become Ray for the next 5 minutes. At first it will feel like acting, but soon it will feel like unlocking your real voice. This is based on a psychological technique called role-based state shifting. Your brain accepts new behavior faster when it sees it as a role you are playing. A costume you are wearing. A safe identity to test new skills. That's why people perform better on stage. Why shy people become energetic on camera. Why children are fearless, they play characters like superheroes. They feel protected inside that role. So when you create an English identity and repeat it, your brain starts building confidence pathways under that identity. Eventual life to selves will merge and you'll become a fluent speaker without needing masks. You start with acting. You end with authenticity. That's how this trick transforms your fluency from inside out. How to practice set this trick daily. Choose your English identity name. Alex, Ray, Zoe, Mia, any name that feels fun and powerful. Write a short profile. How this person speaks, reacts, feels. Every time you speak English, even alone, mentally step into that role. After speaking, reflect. Did I feel different? Did I speak more freely? Did I sound closer to the real me? Repeat every day for 10 minutes. You'll be amazed. After a week, your real brain will begin to adopt that fluent behavior automatically. Trick 2. The 5x loop rule. Rewire without studying. Let's now move to the second subconscious tool. And this is surprisingly simple but deeply powerful. Most learners try to improve by adding more and more. more vocabulary, more grammar, more YouTube videos, more speaking exercises. But the brain doesn't grow by volume. It grows by... That's why children say, look, look, mama, 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 again, again. Repetition is not boring. It's how the brain builds strength. And this trick will help you rewire your English brain without needing to memorize anything. The trick: pick one simple English sentence every day and repeat it 5 times with full energy, clarity, and not fast, not robotic, not like homework. Say it like you mean it. Sentence: I believe I can speak English fluently. Now say it. I believe I can speak English fluently. 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 Then pause, smile, and let the sentences sit in your mind. You don't need to study this sentence. You just need to plant it in your subconscious like a seed. Do this every day for 30 days, with a new sentence daily, or repeat the same sentence for multiple days if it's powerful for you. This method is called deep looping and is used in music memory, sports training, brain rewiring after trauma. Even in therapy, the idea is simple. Repetition plus emotion equals memory transfer. When you say a sentence 5 times with attention and belief, your brain begins to accept the sentence as familiar, recognize its structure, lock its rhythm into memory, trigger recall without stress. This means next time you're speaking English, that sentence or similar ones will come out naturally without thinking. It's like building muscle memory for speaking. Choose a sentence that feels powerful or use svelto, you. Examples: I can improve every day. English is becoming easier. I express my ideas clearly. Speaking is learning. Repeat the sentence 5 times out loud. Slowly, add a hand movement or nod to engage your body. Close your eyes and imagine using this sentence in real life. Done. This takes less than 3 minutes, but the impact is lifelong. Trick 3. Speak in slow motion for 10 days. Slow equals control plus confidence. Here's a powerful truth that almost no one realizes. Fast English does not mean fluent English, but slow, controlled English always leads to real fluency. Most English learners believe if I speak fast, I'll sound fluent. If I speak slowly, I'll sound weak. If I pause, people will think I'm stupid. But this is a lie. In fact, the opposite is true. The world's most powerful speakers, presidents, leaders, teachers, actors, they all speak with calm control, not speed. Their sentences are clear. Their words are purposeful. Their pauses are powerful. And that's what makes people that's what gives their voice impact. Now you will learn how to do the trick. For the next 10 days, speak English like you're slowing down time. Take every sentence. Cut it in half. Breathe before each word. Let's fill the space between your phrases. Normal speaker. Hi, my name is... I'm from UK and I want to improve my English today. Slow fluency speaker. Hi, my name is Jack. I'm from UK and I want to improve my English today. Let your voice breathe. Let your words land. Let your brain enjoy the rhythm. This might feel uncomfortable at first, but that's where the transformation begins. Why this works? Scientific plus psychological reasoning. You stop the panic mode. Most learners speak fast because their brain is in survival mode. It wants to finish the sentence before a mistake. Speaking slowly shuts off that panic and activates the calm, clear part of your brain. Your mouth learns better movement. Speaking slowly helps your tongue, jaw, and lips form the right muscle memory for English. Think of it like dance. Slow practice builds perfect movement. You feel more in control. When you speak slowly, you create space to think. You're not chasing the sentence, you're leading it. You train confidence from the inside. Fast speech often hides. Slow speech shows courage. Choose any sentence from your daily life, simple or new. Example: I'm going to the kitchen to make some tea. Stand in front of the mirror. Take a deep breath. Say it slowly. I am going to the kitchen to make some tea. Repeat it 3 to 5 times. Add a smile. Add expression. Don't rush. Record yourself. Listen to how calm and clear it sounds. Do this for just 5 minutes per day for 10 days. After 10 days, increase speed, but now your brain will have control, not chaos. Bonus tip: use slow motion in real conversations, too. You can use this in real life, too. And no, people won't think you're weird. In fact, they'll say, "Wow, you speak very clearly. I can understand you perfectly. You sound so confident." That's the power of slow, focused fluency. It's not weakness, it's strength in every word. Trick 4. Use emotional anchors. Connect words to Let me ask you something. When someone says the word sunset, what do you feel? You probably imagine a beach, a warm evening, peace, beauty, a memory. Now, let me ask, when you say the English word determined, what do you feel? Nothing. That's the problem. Most English learners learn words without emotions, but the brain doesn't remember translations. It remembers emotions. That's how you learned your first language. That's how babies learn to say no or yay or hungry. Not through books, through feelings. Now you will do the same. The trick: attach a real emotion or memory to every word or sentence you learn. Every new English word must feel something in your body. New word: excited. Wrong way: excited equals happy. Right way: think of a moment when you were really excited, maybe before a birthday, a trip, or meeting someone you love. Close your eyes. Feel that heartbeat. Feel that joy. Now say, "I'm excited." Say it again. "I'm excited." Say it with a jump. Say it with a laugh. Now the word exited has an emotional anchor in your brain. It's not just a word. It's an experience. New word: disappointed. Think of a time you didn't get what you hoped for. Maybe you missed an exam, a job, or someone broke your trust. Feel that emotion in your chest. Say, "I was really disappointed that day." Say it slowly. Feel the truth. That's how you make words stick forever. Why this works? Brain-based reason. The brain remembers emotion more than logic. Emotional memory is stored in a part of the brain called the amygdala, which is more powerful than the memory used for emotional words become sticky. When you feel something as you say it, the brain says, "This is important. Save this for later." You speak with more. When your English words have emotional power behind them, you sound more natural, expressive, and human. This is why native speakers sound real. Their words come with emotion. You will sound the same when you use emotion. Choose 5 emotional words or phrases every day, e.g., proud, angry, grateful, confused, excited. For each word, think of a real memory or situation from your life. Feel that moment for 5 seconds. Then say the word or sentence aloud 3 to 5 times. Use your body, tone, and face. Don't just say it, perform it. Bonus, write a small sentence or story using that word from your real life. Trick 3, speak in slow motion. 10-day control method. Builds calm, clear, confident fluency. Trains your mouth and mind together. Removes pressure and panic. Gives you natural rhythm. Turns speaking into self-leadership. Trick 4, use emotional anchors. Memory plus feeling equals forever fluency. Helps your brain hold on to new words. Makes speaking powerful and real. Makes learning fun, personal, unforgettable. Trains you to think and express naturally, not like a robot. Trick 5. Create English zones in your life. Build a language bubble around you. Let me ask you something that might surprise you. Where does your brain think in English? Where does it practice English? Where does it feel safe speaking English? If your answer is only in class, only during study time, only when I'm alone, then I'll tell you the truth. You've placed English inside a small mental box, but your subconscious brain learns by association, not by time. Think about it. You feel hungry when you enter a kitchen, not because it's tomato eat, but because the kitchen triggers hunger. You feel sleepy when you lie in bed, not because it's night, but because the bed signals rest. You feel alert in a gym, not because you read a book about fitness, but because your brain remembers what happens there. Your brain links places with actions. So now we use this science to link places with English. Create specific physical or digital zones in your daily life where only English is allowed. These are your English bubbles. They tell your brain, when I'm here, I speak English. I think in English. I live in English one corner of your room. Put a sticky note. Only English here, sit there to do mirror talk, video practice, or journaling. That space becomes your fluency gym. Your phone slang settings. Set your phone's language to English. Use voice typing in English. Use English to search on YouTube, Google, Spotify. A time block every day. For example, from 8 p.m. to 900 p.m., my life becomes English. No switching to your native language. Just like children who grow up in bilingual homes. Your headphones equals English world. Every time you wear headphones, your brain knows this is my English time. Music, podcasts, movies, all in English. Your subconscious brain builds habits through location-based repetition. This is called environmental encoding. It's why smokers feel the urge when they enter the place where they use to smoke. Readers feel calm in a cozy reading spot. Children feel playful themament. They enter a playground. The environment activates the behavior. So when you give English a physical space in your life, you help your brain say, it's safe to speak now. Let's practice. Let's remember it reduces fear. It increases comfort. It makes fluency feel. How to build your English zones today. Choose one place in your house and label it English only. Choose 1 hour in your day and name it Fluency. Change your phone settings to English. Make a small sign. This is my English world. Put it on your desk, mirror, or journal. Invite your brain into this zone like it's entering another country. The English-speaking version of your life. Do this for just 7 days and your environment will start training your fluency automatically. No more waiting, no more confusion. Just you, English, and a safe, powerful space to grow. Trick 6. Link English to your... Become the kind of person who speaks. Let me say something that might be hard to hear, but it's the truth. You are not fluent in English because you still see yourself as a learner, not as a speaker. Yes, read that again. Every time you say, "I'm still learning," "I'm not fluent yet," "My English is poor," you're sending a signal to your brain. Not ready. English is not part of my life yet. This is something I do occasionally, not who I am. That's why even if you study for hours a day, you still hesitate in real life. Because fluency isn't about how much it's about who you believe you are. Make English part of your identity, not just your schedule. Instead of saying, "I'm trying to learn English," say, "I'm an English speaker in progress. I'm the kind of person who speaks English every day. I'm not perfect, but I'm fluent enough to grow." It's not about lying to yourself. It's about shifting your self-image. Identity controls behavior, and behavior builds fluency. Look at these two people. Person A, "I have to practice English today." Result, they study for 20 minutes, then quit. Person B, "English is part of who I am now." Result, they talk to themselves in English while cooking. They think in English. They say things aloud naturally. Same goal, different identity, different results. Children become fluent fastbackers. They absorb language as part of their world, not as a subject. You can do the same. Say this affirmation 3 times a day. I speak English because it's part of who I am now. I use English to think, feel, grow, and connect. Replace the label learner with speaker. Stop saying, "I'm learning English." Start saying, "I'm improving my English. I'm using English more every day." Ask yourself daily, if I were already fluent, how would I speak today? Then behave like that version of yourself, even if it feels uncomfortable. Dress for English. Sit for English. Smile in English. Live like the person who speaks it, not the person waiting to. Why this works? Your identity creates your decisions. Your decisions create your habits, and your habits create your fluency. When you stop seeing English as something outside of you and start feeling it as something inside you, you stop hesitating. You start living in English. Trick 7. Train English reactions. Don't memorize, respond. Let me now reveal one of the biggest secrets to real fluency. Fluent speakers don't memorize perfect sentences. They build reactions that are ready to use in real situations. Think about native speakers. When Simone says, "Thank you," they instantly say, "You're welcome, no problem." "My pleasure." They don't pause. They don't translate. They just react. And that's what you need to train your English reaction muscle. Build a library of daily English reaction phrases and practice them until they become automatic. These are not long answers. They're quick, emotional, powerful phrases that your brain can use instantly. Think of them as reflex sentences. Compliment. Reactions. "Thanks. That means a lot. I'm glad you liked it." "Oh, really? I appreciate that." Small talk starters. "How's your day going?" "Long time no see. What's new with you?" "When you're busy, can we talk later?" "I'm in the middle of something. I'll call you back in 5 minutes." Expressing opinion. "That's just how I feel. Interesting. I never thought of it that way." Totally agree. Why this works? The brain loves short patterns that it can reuse without thinking. Just like athletes train specific movements, you'll train specific speech reactions. Over time, these phrases you'll respond quickly, naturally. Even if your grammar isn't perfect, this builds confidence, plus speed, plus trust in your voice. How to practice the create a list of 20 common reaction phrases you can expound later. Practice 5 every day aloud in front of the mirror. Role play example. Imagine someone says, "You speak English well." You say, "Thanks. I'm still improving." Record yourself. Listen back. Improve tone and energy. Make your reactions sound alive, not like memorized lines. Do this for just 5 minutes daily. And in 2 weeks, you'll notice your mouth starts reacting without fear. That's the real fluency test, and you'll pass it with ease. Part 4. The Daily Brain Rewire Routine. Morning Toit Fluency Plan. If you want English to become your second nature, you must first make it your daily nature. Let's be honest. The biggest reason people don't become fluent in English is not because they're lazy, not because they're untalented, but because they have no system. They wake up with no plan. They watch a few random English videos. They open a grammar app. They listen to a podcast. They scroll through vocabulary reels, but nothing sticks. Why? Because their brain is not being reprogrammed with intention. Their practice is scattered, passive, weak. What you need is no to know the trick. You need a complete day plan, a fluency lifestyle that works with the brain's natural learning rhythms. Morning mind rewire plus mouth warm dash up. Start your day like a fluent person. The first hour of your day is when your brain is most fresh, most focused, and most programmable. You must use this window to train your English brain. Not scroll, not check WhatsApp, not worry. Here's your morning fluency stack. Fluency, affirmation, mirror talk. 3 minutes. Go to the mirror. Look at yourself with confidence. Say these 3 affirmations slowly and clearly. English is my language now. I speak English freely and naturally. Fluency is not perfection. Fluency is. Repeat each one 3 times with full eye contact, calm voice and presence. Why this works? Your brain begins to form new neural pathways when it hears the same powerful sentence with emotional energy. You're not just speaking English, you're speaking into your identity. 5-minute mouth activation, muscle plus mem. Next, train your mouth and tongue to wake up in English. Choose one sentence and say it 20 times, slowly. Example, I am learning to speak clearly and confidently. Now, stretch your lips. Move your jaw. Emphasize every sound. Then say it 5 times fast to build speech speed. This trains fluency muscles like a singer warms up before a concert. 3. Not visualization of the fluent you. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself working into a room, speaking English confidently. People listen. You don't. You smile. You express. You connect. Visualize the voice, the face, the energy. Why this works? Your subconscious begins to accept that this version of you is real and possible. The more clearly you see it, the faster your brain moves toward it. English reaction practice 2 minutes. Now train your daily English reflex. Stand in front of the mirror or open your phone camera. Ask yourself, what would I say if someone says, "You speak well"? How would I reply if someone asks, "What do you do?" Create 2 to 3 responses for each. Say them with energy. This builds reaction fluency, not just sentence memory. Total time 15 to 20 minutes, that's all. But this simple morning routine will set your entire brain into English mode, like turning on a powerful language switch. Midday, daily immersion plus emotional input. Feed the fluent brain. During your day, you need to keep feeding your brain English, but not like school. No boring textbook, no grammar worksheets. You need emotional, real, living English that sticks. Here's your midday stack. 10-minute echo listening. Choose a short English video or podcast. 1 to 3 minutes. Listen to one sentence. Pause. Repeat it exactly like the speaker. Same emotion, same tone, same speed. Video. I don't know what the future holds. Beautium, ready for it. I don't know what the future holds, but I'm ready for it. Copy, voice, energy. Repeat this process for 5 to 10 sentences. Why this works. This activates mirror neurons, your brain's imitation power. It improves pronunciation, rhythm, and listening in one exercise. Emotional word anchoring. 5 minutes. Pick 2 English words that express feelings, e.g. disappointed, excited, grateful. Now, attach a memory or story to each word. Speak about that moment using the word example. I felt disappointed when I missed the interview last year. Say it 3 times, each time with more emotion. This makes the words stick emotionally, not just mentally. 5-minute situation practice. Write down 3 daily situations where you would speak English. Ordering food, asking for help, giving your opinion, talking about your day. Now stand and practice those lines like role play. Hi, can I get a black coffee and a cheese sandwich, please? If you don't go outside, you can still train your response muscle at home. Set a timer or reminder every 1 to 2 hours. When it rings, pause and ask, what am I doing right now? What do I see? How do I feel? Answer in English, even 1 sentence. This creates micro-English thinking breaks and teaches your brain to use English in real time. Even emotional review plus reflection. Fluency evening is when your brain begins organizing your memory. It's the perfect time to do emotional recall plus self-expression, which prepares your mind to store the language deeply while you sleep. Fluency journaling 10 minutes. Take a notebook or voice recorder. Answer these questions in English. What happened today? How did I feel today? What did I learn in English today? What will I try again tomorrow? Write or speak freely. Don't worry about grammar. This is not a test. It's a safe space to watch a short scene, one with real conversation. Watch it twice. First for enjoyment, second for observation. How they say things, body language, tone. Repeat 2 to 3 lines you loved. Try saying them with the same emotion. This makes English alive in your brain. Before bed, mental playback plus sleep imprint, 2 minutes. Lie in bed. Close your eyes and mentally replay 1 sentence you learned today. Say it in your mind 3 to 5 times slowly. Now imagine yourself saying that sentence to someone in real life. Feel proud. Feel calm. With this works. During sleep, the brain reinforces thoughts you focus on before bedtime. This is called sleep reactivation. It's how emotional language becomes. This routine is not just about practice. It's about building a new life. A life where English is part of your every breath. It doesn't matter if you're shy. It doesn't matter if you're alone. It doesn't matter if you failed 10 times before Becker's. Now you have a plan. You have a system. You have the fluency blueprint your brain has always needed. You don't learn English just by effort. You learn it by building it into your day, into your... Part 5. The 3 advanced psychology shifts that unlock natural... Shift 1. From student to speaker. Change your mental position. When you think about English, do you still feel like a student? Most people will say yes. They think they're always learning, always studying, always catching up. But here's the problem. When your brain believes you're just a student, it will always wait for a teacher. It will always expect permission. It will always hold back. That's why so many people don't speak until someone asks them to feel nervous in real conversations. Apologize before even opening their mouth. Say, sorry, my English is not good. Not because they're weak, but because they're still stuck in the student identity. The psychology shift. You must stop saying, I'm learning English, and start saying, I'm a speaker of English. Yes, you're still improving. Yes, your grammar might not be perfect, but the moment you claim the identity of a speaker, your brain steps into activation mode. You start thinking ahead of conversations, speaking without waiting, owning your voice, using what you already know, instead of worrying about what you don't. This is not a mindset trick. It's not. When you change your mental position, you change your behavior response. Your brain goes from wait and react, lead and speak. That's when fluency, shift 2, from English as a skill to English as a sense. People treat English like this. It's a skill to learn. It's a tool to use. It's a subject to study. But here's a mind-blowing truth. English is not ask. English is a sense. Like hearing, like touch, like smell. Let me explain. When a baby learns to walk, they don't study walking theory. They try, fall, repeat, and their brain forms a sense of balance. When someone learns to sing, they don't memorize music theory first. They repeat notes, hear pitch, feel the voice, and develop a sense of music. The same is true for English. Fluency is not just about grammar rules, vocabulary lists, tense. It's about building a sense of the language. Just like you feel when a sentence in your native language is wrong, you can train your brain to feel English. That's when magic happens. You don't translate. You just respond. You don't remember. You just react. You don't hesitate. You just flow. So listen deeply, not just for words, but rhythm. Pauses, tone. Try to feel how the speaker moves through sentences. Read aloud slowly and with emotion. This teaches your brain the music of English, not just the logic. Repeat real-life phrases 20 to 30 times until they feel like second nature. Like muscle memory, like driving, like riding a bike. Observe how English feels in real situations. For example, how do people say sorry in English? How do they show excitement? How do they complain politely? When you stop treating English like an academic subject and start treating it like a living feeling inside your brain, you become fluent faster than ever before. Because now English is not something you do. English is something you feel. Shift 3. From fear of mistakes to power through mistakes. Now, let's address the deepest fear that kills fluency. The fear of speaking wrong. You know what it sounds like. What if I say it wrong? What if they laugh? What if I forget the word? What if my accent is bad? Here's the raw truth. You will make mistakes. You will forget words. You will sound silly sometimes. You will mess up. And that's perfect. Let me repeat. Mistakes are not the enemy of fluency. Fear of mistakes is you don't need a free English. You need fear-free English. Every child who learns to speak fails daily. Every native speaker makes hundreds of grammar errors casually. Even fluent adults forget words and say, what's the word? So, what makes you perfect is not perfect sentences. It's the ability to speak anyway. Tell yourself, every mistake I make is a sign that I'm speaking. Let your brain celebrate your errors because you tried, because you practiced, because you moved one step closer to fluency. Make this your rule. I will make at least 3 mistakes a day on purpose. Yes, say the wrong thing, use the wrong word, mispronounce something, but speak with fire in your voice. Speak like you deserve to be heard. Speak like you don't owe perfection to anyone because you don't. The moment you lose your fear of mistakes, you gain something greater than grammar. You gain freedom. And that's the moment your English becomes unstoppable. Let's now close this video not like a lesson, but like a transformation. Because if someone has watched this far, they're not just interested in English, they're ready to change their life. Listen to me. You were not born knowing your native language. You learned it by feeling it, repeating it, living inside, trusting your voice, making thousands of mistakes. And today, English is no different. Fluency is not something you memorize. It's something you build through courage, through daily fire, through emotional connection. You'd need more tips. You need to believe this language belongs to me. You need to build a system. You need to speak aloud even when no one is listening. You need to smile in English. You need to think in English. You need to dream in English. Because the moment you stop asking, am I good at English? And start declaring English as my voice that's when you're free. That's when fluency becomes a reaction. That's when you stop feeling like a student and you start walking like a speaker. If no one ever told you this before, let me say it now. You are capable of becoming fluent in English. You don't need permission. You just need consistency, courage, and belief. Speak messy, speak wrong, speak slowly, but never stop speaking. Because one day soon you'll wake up and realize I didn't just learn English. I became the kind officer who speaks it. And when that day comes, you'll remember this video. You'll remember this channel. You'll remember this voice. You'll remember this moment. And you'll say, that's when everything changed. If this video touched your heart, if it gave you hope, if it gave you power, then this is not the end. This is Subscribe now, because every video on this channel is not just about English. It's about making you a better version of yourself in every language. Share this video with anyone who's struggling with fluency, because maybe you will be the reason they finally believe in themselves. And most importantly, say this one final sentence with merit now. English is mine, and I will speak it with confidence, power, and pride. This is your journey. This is your voice. This is your time. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video. And until then, keep speaking, keep growing, keep believing. Your fluency has already begun.